Guitar secured. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so as you might have seen, we have a new guitar. It actually does look pretty cool on camera, I will say. This bad boy right here is a part of Squier's Sonic Series, which is their lowest quality, most entry-level line of guitars that they put out. The Sonic Series came out in 2023, I believe, and it essentially replaced the Bullet Series. This particular guitar is actually a limited edition Fender Special Run. It comes in this graffiti yellow finish, and it also has a hardtail. Not a string-through hardtail either, it's a top-loader hardtail. Other than that, it's just a very basic Stratocaster with all the typical Strat specs and everything. It's a poplar body, and then they say it's a maple neck, but are we sure about that? Are we sure this is maple neck? And then obviously the elephant in the room is that it has a checkerboard pickguard, not a stock pickguard. This was something that the guy before me put on, or rather started to put on and then just kind of gave up. He also did put these locking tuners on here, which is kind of cool. I looked them up. They're basically just like the cheapest locking tuners you can find on Amazon. Still pretty nice to have those on there though. These guitars are usually around like 250 new, but I got this one for 60 bucks because the guy who had it before me was clearly in the process of trying to change the pickguard, but kind of gave up halfway through. I think it only had like 2 or 3 pickguard screws. It didn't have any of the screws for the pickups or springs for the pickups. All the volume and tone pots were sideways in there. It was just a whole mess, a whole nightmare. Actually, in order to get this pickguard to fit this guitar, I had to file down the sides by the bridge here because that space wasn't big enough to fit this bridge that's on this guitar. But I was able to fix it up and get it right. I ended up just taking a bunch of parts off of my super crappy baritone guitar that I made. So this guitar does look pretty cool. I'm a big fan of the graffiti yellow finish. And paired with this pickguard, it's a very cool retro kind of look to it. But you're probably wondering about the quality, which admittedly, not great. This is something that can be fixed pretty easily if you know what you're doing, but the fret edges are very sharp. You can just hear how sharp these are. The frets are just so not good at all. Just go ahead and listen to this. I'm sorry I had to do that to you, but that is the sound of the strings scraping against the frets. This can probably easily be fixed if you just sand and polish the frets, or if you also just like play for a while. Because that's also just partially because the guitar is so new, but also because the frets just aren't very good. Other than the sharp frets, the neck is pretty comfortable to play because it's not like a gloss finish, so your hands don't stick on the back. But I'm sure you're also wondering how it actually sounds, so here's that. It sounds pretty much exactly how you'd expect it to, like a normal Strat, except for a little bit cheaper. Here it is with a little bit of distortion. Not gonna sugarcoat it, it doesn't sound amazing, and it definitely doesn't play amazing. But it's a cheap guitar, so like you get what you pay for with these kind of things. So yeah, this is not really a guitar that's gonna knock your socks off or anything, but it's definitely a viable option for a beginner. Another redeeming quality that this particular guitar has is the hardtail bridge. It might be placebo, but I think it makes it sound a little bit better. I don't know if it really affects the sustain all that much. So yeah, nothing crazy. It's a cool looking guitar, and I think we should make a song with it now. Let's see if I can't find a strap for this thing. Perfect. We got the first act strap. Okay, does it look cool? That's kind of cool. All right, let's get a couple lead melodies in there now. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty good sustain, actually. Oh, nice. That was not recording at all. Yeah, bends just do not sound good. I mean, you can hear that. That scratchy sound just comes through over the amp, and it's not very pleasant. Oh, cool. That wasn't recording either. Nice. Wow, I'm on a roll today. everyone, it's the next day, which means it's also time to finish this song. I actually don't know if I have a whole lot left to record guitar-wise. Okay, let's record a little some of that. I haven't picked up this guitar since yesterday and it's still in tune, so that's a good sign. Okay, honestly, I think that's probably good for guitar. Let's go ahead and record some drums now, I think. Okay, the room mic was not recording, so we gotta do that again. Awesome. Awesome! That's so cool. That's fine, it's fine. This just means we get more practice. Alright, let's see if any of that was usable. Okay, drums are done, and it is time for a bass guitar now. Okay, we got bass. I think really the final thing we gotta do is get some shaker in there, and we'll be all good to go. If I'm being honest, not really crazy about the song, but I'm determined to finish it. So what are my final thoughts on this guy right here? There's really nothing very crazy about it. The quality is really just not there compared to a lot of the other guitars that I've played and own. Really the main redeeming quality is the tuning stability and the cool pickguard that we have on there that serves no purpose other than just looking cool. Really the main audience for this type of guitar is like the beginner student guitarist. Maybe you've got like a kid who's showing some interest in guitar and you want to get him a cheap one. That's kind of who this guitar is aimed at. But would I personally recommend it? Probably not. You'd be way better off just getting a guitar on Facebook Marketplace. You can probably get it for way cheaper and it'll probably be way better quality than one of these things. Just because you're a beginner guitarist or you're shopping for a beginner guitarist doesn't mean you need to get them like a crappy guitar. I don't want to say this guitar is necessarily crappy, but it's lower quality for sure. So yeah, I can't really say that I would personally recommend this guitar, but if you want something totally brand new and cheap and usually in a kind of a cool, vibrant, funky color, then sure, this guitar could be a good option. So yeah, that is pretty much going to do it for me in this video here today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you guys think about the Squier Sonic series down in the comments. I think these are the type of Squiers that give Squier a bad name, because Squier also does make some really good stuff with their Classic Vibe series or like the J Mascis Jazzmaster, but the Sonic series and the Bullet series and even like the Affinity series, just not the highest quality guitars out there in the world. But yeah, I appreciate you all watching and I will see you all in the next video.